This realization will set you free from your mind. So, in life, you could be walking down the street, you could be sat in your bed, you could be at work, and you're just in your head, you're just thinking all the time. And then there's all these cognitive distortions, like thought patterns that aren't necessarily true, but you've been conditioned to believe, and you soak up in it, and I do it a lot. Like, I think far ahead of the future, catastrophize things, like worry about things, and it's like I'm just in my bed or I'm just in my car and I'm safe, there's no actual threat, but then my whole body responds in an anxious way. And it's something you have to realize, and I'm sure so many people have said this, but you are not your thoughts, and most of your thoughts are just, it's a program. You are a fresh slate, you are a fresh baby learning and developing different beliefs about things, and people have conditioned you. Like me, I've been conditioned thinking I'm stupid because I'm dyslexic, and which has affected my self-esteem. And it's like, I'll go to those thoughts and believe it, and it's like, but it's like your thoughts are just habits. It's just these like beliefs that aren't necessarily even true that can consume you. So if you can just realize, okay, like I'm thinking this right now, you can, if you know about CBT, there's a CBT app I can link, and you can just challenge cognitive behavioral therapy and just challenge that thought. So let me just explain. Cognitive behavioral therapy is the process of taking your thoughts and challenging them with real evidence. So it's like, you could have an irrational fear of, I don't know, you could have an irrational fear of anything. Like, I know someone who has an irrational fear that when he's in public, he's going to get beaten up. And it's like, what is the actual evidence for that? Like, is it 100% certain? You know, it's being able to rationalize it in reality, and it's also analyzing the certain cognitive distortions, the thoughts that aren't true from what reality actually is. Like, we still have child beliefs, right? You, when you were 6 years old, could have had a really bad experience and thought, oh, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm this. And then you continue to build off those thoughts. And it doesn't mean it's true. And it's like, if you can just sit back from it and use some CBT and just try and be present, you can just escape your mind. And it's a nice balance, I think, to use both, because CBT can actually help, you know, actually stop those certain thoughts and get better thoughts. And then the meditation can just learn to sit with the thoughts and not judge them and just be present or focus on something else. Right, this is funny actually, because my downstairs lights, they turn off naturally at 11, and I just used a bit of CBT because I was in the dark in the lounge by myself at night, bit scary, and like I had an irrational fear something bad was gonna happen. I just rationalized it in my head, like, stupid, like I'm fine, like I'm just in my house. You know what I mean? Like, if you just get consumed in thoughts, you're gonna make yourself more anxious. Because if I get stuck in my own head and I'm just thinking about things, it consumes me, and I have to sort of take a step back and rationalize the thought with CBT in my own head and just try and be present. But there's a therapist I had, and he explained this so much better than I can, and I wish I could get it in this video. But it's just like, it's a program. It's a program, it's a habit. All these thoughts are habits. Just because you think you're stupid, just because you think you're going to fail, just because you think you're a loser, or you're worrying about things in the future or things in the past. It's like, I could be worrying about so many things right now, but look, I'm in my house, very safe and sound. My cats are about, I love my cats, and it's like, everything's actually okay. And if you're worrying about stuff, like in the future, in the past, then that probably shows that's actually a positive thing, because if there was bigger things to worry about, you'd be worrying about them. If there was a family member who was like really ill and you know, like I'm worrying about them, then that's where my thoughts gonna go. That's where my attention go, and that could be a real problem. But it's like just, you know, general thinking. You need to learn to challenge the thoughts and meditate. And Headspace is good. I think there's a Medito app, and this is something Ed Barton, who is my coach currently, said. The way meditation is taught now he said in the West, it's just not efficient, because if you're going to go down to the breath and focus on that, it's such a small movement, especially if you quite anxious, you probably have quite shallow breaths, so it's probably quite hard to feel it. So he was saying, like, you know, putting your attention on anything. Like for me, when I walk, I meditate, and I just focus on the feeling of the wind on my skin, and it's so much easier to focus on. There's all this surface area I can go around to and focus on, than if I'm doing this breath. It's like, I do agree with that. I feel like the breath can be something you can develop up to, because it's just less stimulating. It's harder to focus on.